went and took guitar lesson. And true story, I'm not making this up. My teacher, after about maybe a month, he quit to go teach blind kids how to play the guitar. So I figured, that's kind of an omen there. And then I had my boys, and they were 2 and 4. We'd had worship at night, and we'd end worship with singing a song. And I remember one day we were sitting there singing, and little children don't lie.
Amen.
And I remember one night we were sitting there singing, and it's like, my oldest one says, "Daddy, you sound awful." But Jesus is coming, he's going to give me my voice then. So.
Me too.
Next we've got Dan's going to tell us some stories. It says stories, so I'm guessing that's probably 5 or 6 of them at least.
As one of the storytellers for our church, I actually had the experience of taking lessons from the top storyteller. You know who that was? Some of the older ones here?
Eric B. Hare.
Eric B. Hare. Yeah, he come to camp meeting one time. And I think my favorite, the invisible fish story. This takes place over, and I understand it's Central Africa, the mountains of the moon. This man we're talking about was, in his community, he was upper one. And on top of that, he had 4 wives. He should have been happy. He had everything in that time and so forth that people wanted, but he wasn't. Can't understand why he wasn't. Well, it seems like his first wife, the one he loved the best, had become a Christian. And all she could talk about is her great big God whom she could talk to, and he'd talk to her, of course, through his word, and do things for her and so forth. And he said he got so tired of that, and he said, "Your God don't do a thing for you." He said, "My God's is good enough for me. I can go in where they're at, and I can see them." He said, "I can't even see your God." He said, "Show me something." Well, one day the baby got sick. He said, now let's see what your God can do." Well, she says, I will pray for him. And she did. And the baby got well.
Amen.
She said, see what my God can do? He said, "I don't want to hear anything more about that." They went on a while longer, and they ran out of corn. Again, he said, now let's see what your God can do. She said, "Well, I'll pray." And he said, "Okay." And she did. And we don't know how it came about, how God impressed her and so forth, but she got a basket of corn. He said, "That's it." He said, "I'm so tired of hearing you about your great God." He says, "I got a friend that's a day's journey away, and I'm going to go over and I'm going to visit with him for 2 weeks." So he got ready to go, and he pulled out a key, and he said, "This is the key to my room where my gods are and so forth. And I don't want anybody in there." And he said, "I'm going to give you this key. You put it up. Keep it for me safe till I get back." And she took the key, and she said, "I'll do that. Over here on the wall is a peg." And she pulled up a piece of leather and hung that key on the under that leather and put the leather back down. She said, "It'll be here when you get back." So he started out on the trail, and she went out back to work in her garden. Now, he hadn't gone far, and he stopped, and he thought, he said, I know what I'll do. I'm going to play a trick on her and her God. I'm going to go back and get that key and take it with me. And that's just exactly what he done. He got that key, and the way he went, he said, she comes back in, she'll find that key missing, and she'll look and look and look and pray and pray and pray, but she can't find that key. Walking along, and he said, laughing, he said, God can't get that key out of my pocket. I've got it. It's going. Well, he come to well, you might call it a river, a nice stream that come down from the mountains and so forth. He stopped and got a nice cold drink of water and rested for a few minutes, and he said, you know, I don't know. I might lose this key. That would be horrible if I lost this key. Oh, he says, I know what I'll do. And he got a big leaf and he folded it up with this key into it and buried it and got rid of this tree. Stood on the bank of this stream, this river, and away he went to see his friend. I'd been gone for 2 weeks, and here he come back, and he stopped on the other side of the river, got a drink of water and rested, and then walked across the river, and the bank and the tree was gone. There'd been a big heavy rain up in the mountains, and the flood had come down and washed the tree out. The key was gone. What am I gonna do, he said. I'm gonna have to go back and face some music. I'm gonna have to tell my wife what I'd done. So he heads on home, and he comes in, and the wife is there, and he said, hey wife, where's my key? Well, she said, you know, when you give me the key, I said I'd hang it on this peg over here with this leather over it. She walked over and turned up the leather, and she says, and there it is. Wow. How could that be? What happened? He told her what he'd done. Well, she said, you know, I come back in, and I found the key missing. And she said, I searched and looked and prayed every day. While you were gone, I'd look and I'd pray. And she said, yesterday I knew you would be home today, and I decided I wanted to fix your favorite meal for you, and I went down to the shop and bought the biggest fish they had and brought it home, and when I was cleaning it, I felt something hard in its stomach and opened it up, and there was the key. Oh, she said, see how big my God is, how wonderful my God is. And he was quiet for at least a minute, and finally he said, yes. He said, your God is wonderful and big, and he says, tonight when you stop to pray for your God, I want to pray to him too.
Amen.
Amen.
For you old timers, was that close enough?
Close enough.
Thank you. With the sighted, when I work with the sighted, I have a wall I take with me with a peg onto it and so forth, and I get one of the church members to be the tree for me. And so I draw the kids' attention away from that, and while they're not looking, he slips and hangs that key under there and disappears. And when we come to that, they haven't seen anybody do anything like that, and I flip that thing up, and there hangs that key. You should see the expression on some of their faces. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Does God care about what's going on in our lives?
Yes.
Next is Big Dave. You want to duet with Jim Crisp.
Jimmy, you want to come over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, Jim, take it here.
Sit right down in this chair.
Bring him around.
Where are you, Dave?
Right here.
Stand up. I think we should stand up, Dave.
Okay.
Let's stand up. We look more dignified here.
Well, I've been, you all know I'm a little bit crazy, and I decided to be a roommate with Jim, and I think I rubbed off on him.
Oh, no.
And,
See why?
and you see why. Well, it has to be something to do with Christianity, and it's going to be at the end of our little program here. Hold on, I tell them. Okay, you ready, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy Sabbath to you all. Right, we'll put it together.
Thank you. love it. They've been working on that for a couple months now.
Yeah.
Next we've got Ashley singing Nearer My God to Thee.